This is the fourth part. Yes, this time it's about the hair bulb. It's called the hair papilla. At the very bottom center of the hair bulb, there's a part shaped like a small depression. At its base is the hair papilla. Capillaries and the autonomic nervous system supply this area. The hair papilla receives nutrients necessary for hair growth from the capillaries and receives signals that induce hair growth through the autonomic nervous system, which it then transmits to the hair matrix cells. The size of the hair papilla determines the hair type and thickness. The papilla of thick hair is larger than that of fine, thin hair. Hair matrix cells are the key raw material for producing hair. They are also referred to as the hair matrix. Surrounding the upper part of the hair papilla, the hair matrix cells receive nutrients and growth factors necessary for hair growth, and these cells can differentiate into various types of cells. The keratin-producing keratinocytes and the cells that determine hair color, known as pigment cells, are composed of melanocytes. Depending on the location of the cells near the hair papilla, their role in forming the hair is already determined. The central part of the hair papilla is where the cells that will become the hair medulla are located. The hair, which is formed through vigorous cell division and proliferation near the hair papilla, gradually moves upward along the hair follicle. The cells, which were originally round, become thinner and longer as they move upward, forming the hair. Through repeated division, they make up the hair cuticle, cortex, and medulla of the hair shaft. These are the structures surrounding the hair follicle. Number one is the sebaceous gland. It is the first part to form during the development of the hair follicle and is located about the upper third of the hair root in a cluster-like shape. Sebaceous glands are found throughout the body except for the palms and soles, and are especially abundant on the face, scalp, and chest. Their size and density vary depending on the area. On average, about 1 to 2 grams of sebum are secreted along the follicle wall each day, and this amount is influenced by factors such as gender, age, hormones, season, temperature, stress, and medication. Sebum that is discharged to the skin surface through the pores gives the stratum corneum a glossy and vibrant appearance, and serves a moisturizing function by preventing moisture from evaporating. In addition, sebum combines with sweat secreted from the sweat glands to form a sebum film with a pH of 4.5 to 5.5. This acts as a sterilizing and disinfecting barrier, preventing bacterial invasion from the outside. If waste accumulates around the pores, or if excessive sebum secretion blocks the pores and prevents smooth sebum discharge, it can become a major cause of oxidation, inflammation, and bacterial growth. Next is the sweat gland. It is where sweat is secreted, expelling waste and regulating body temperature. Sweat glands are largely eccrine and apocrine. On the scalp, eccrine glands are particularly well developed. Unlike apocrine glands, eccrine glands are not connected to hair follicles but discharge sweat through separate ducts to the skin surface. This sweat secreted from the eccrine glands consists of 99% water, urea, and other minerals, and when combined with the sebum secreted from the sebaceous glands, it forms the acid mantle. This prevents moisture loss from the scalp, plays a role in immune function, and helps maintain the health of the scalp. The amount of sweat secreted is influenced by body temperature, the degree of blood circulation, aging, and psychological state. And when diagnosing the scalp, it can be used to assess factors such as the scalp's moisture content, blood circulation, and the environment for bacterial growth. When observed with a diagnostic device, sweat glands are located in the dermis of the skin. So compared to the pores present on the skin surface, their outlines are less distinct and they are smaller in size, making their shapes difficult to see clearly. As you can see in the photo, there is a connection between the pores and the sweat gland openings. A pore refers to the place where the sebaceous gland, which produces sebum and hair, is secreted at the intersection of the skin ridges, while a sweat duct is the center of the skin ridge where sweat is secreted. The depressed area is called a skin ridge, and the raised area is called a sweat duct opening. As shown in figure 2 to 8, This is the pathway of the sweat gland duct in the scalp. Yes, this is the erector pili muscle. It is located below the sebaceous gland and is a smooth muscle that connects the epidermis to the bulbous part of the hair root. The erector pili muscle contracts and relaxes under the control of the autonomic nervous system in response to external environmental and internal changes. When the erector pili muscle contracts, the hair stands upright. When we say the hair stands upright, it means the hair stands up like this. When you feel cold or scared, the muscle contracts and the hair stands straight up. This narrows the pores, causing goosebumps, and increases sebum secretion to prevent heat loss and help regulate body temperature. Frequent contraction of the erector pili muscle can stimulate the hair bulb, accelerating hair aging, and increased sebum secretion due to sebaceous gland stimulation can worsen the scalp environment. Next, let's look at how the erector pili muscle changes with body temperature fluctuations. The blood vessels expand, heat is released, sweat forms, and the hair stands up. In the illustration on the side, you can see the hair standing upright, right? When you get goosebumps and the erector pili muscle contracts, you can observe the hair standing stiffly on the contracted blood vessel. Next, let's talk about the autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nerves, distributed around the dermal papilla, play a role in inducing cell division in the matrix cells and transmitting signals so that the matrix cells can produce hair using the nutrients supplied from the dermal papilla. Capillaries are responsible for transporting waste products in the body and delivering various nutrients, oxygen, and growth factors needed for hair production to the dermal papilla. If blood circulation is not smooth and the capillaries cannot perform their role properly, it can become a factor that causes problems in the scalp and hair production. This is a photo of the hair shaft. The structure of the hair shaft consists of the hair cuticle, the hair cortex, and the innermost part, the hair medulla. That's the end. Is this all there is?